and we live. We are the Industry Podcast, you hear me? And this your host, Trillionaire Don. You heard me? Shout out our sponsors, New Orleans Talk Network and the Live Line Radio. And I got a special guest today, Cristyles Da Dame.
Yes.
Y'all go follow it right now.
Dame. And it's on the Dame Music. If you on Instagram, I made it simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because nobody don't know me too much yet, but they will.
They about to know you right now because this right here, this the best podcast in Louisiana and we
Okay.
worldwide, overseas, you heard me?
Live.
Shout out Australia, you heard me? My
Shout
dude
'em
D
out.
Stacks, you heard me? Be sharing my posts and everything. You heard me?
Okay.
And he's going to be a guest next week. You heard me? So
Okay.
y'all tune in, you heard me? Every Thursday, 8 p.m., you heard me? We are the Industry Podcast. The Live Line Radio, you heard me? New Orleans Talk Network, you heard me? Y'all tune in. You know what I'm saying? So how long you been in the industry?
Man, look. I consider myself as just doing me. Like, the industry is dope. Don't get me wrong. I ain't made it there yet. I'm underground, and I love that.
I
You
mean,
know
every
what
part
I'm
of the
saying?
game is the industry, though, you heard me? Everybody don't go pro. You know, you start high school, you know what
You
I'm saying,
do.
college, you know what I'm saying, then you go
Yes.
pro, you heard me? So
Yes.
there's levels to this shit.
It is levels to this shit. That's what I want to explain.
Real
So
talk.
I've been doing my thing independently for
Alright.
10 years. What marked this year?
10
My
years.
yeah.
All right. That's what's down,
It's a celebration.
So
you know?
how you feel about the music industry in Louisiana?
Honestly, man, I definitely had to reroute my thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. It's like damn near non-existent. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? When it comes to the opportunities here. Like, it's a
Right.
lot of people with the right heart,
Mhm.
the right intentions, but, not necessarily the right guidance.
So you don't think there's a market down here?
No, we have a market.
Right.
We just don't have the right guidance to the right resources.
Real.
You know what I'm saying?
And
To get
I
us
say
what
that
we
too because
need.
they don't have no buildings where you could just go down here and shop your music to or anything like that
Yes.
compared to Atlanta, New York, California. You know
To
what
say
I'm
we
saying?
so big in music.
Right,
You know what I'm
correct.
saying? Like in New Orleans, don't get it twisted. New Orleans is very much known for jazz.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like on that side of being a musician.
Let me ask you this: somebody once told me they feel like it's because musicians down here are street hustlers being on bourbon and stuff like that. They get it out the mud. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
we
that's
do.
that's what they've been doing.
Yes.
And that's kind of why the industry doesn't tap in down here, because majority of the artists down here are independent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all local hustlers. You know what I mean?
Right, and I definitely would agree with that. Like a lot of I would say we not so trusting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have been sold a lot of dreams, a lot of things that was probably told and promised
Right.
didn't come to pass. Maybe had the right intentions,
Right.
but like you said, as an independent artist, the last biggest thing that came out of here was the Cash Money.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's why I
saying?
said
No
Lil-
Limit era.
Probably Lil Wayne, probably the
You know
last
what I'm
bigger
saying?
artist. BTY, he was
He was on
cracking
the
it,
verge.
but
Yes,
rest
he was
in
on the
peace.
verge.
You know what I'm
Rest in
saying?
peace. Absolutely.
So it's like it's kind of difficult. You know what I'm saying?
As far as like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like lately, like since the epidemic, the pandemic, not the
Right.
epidemic, the pandemic. Since the pandemic, a lot of things have opened up in a way that people are paying attention now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They have time to sit home. They have
Right.
time to pay attention
Right.
to who's who that's not major. So I think that's a big deal.
It's a big deal. They focus online. Stream as far as like social media and marketing. If you're taking advantage of that side. The side you're losing on is, the street hustle. You're not getting to
Right.
performing in the clubs. You're not really
Well,
out
I
here.
must say, I've been doing my thing performing.
Right.
Like, I mass up NOLA.
Real
We ain't
talk.
talking about not being safe out here, but I ain't gonna say, that when they said open the city back up and you
Right.
can go to well, look, if I could go to work, I could go to work for my dreams too.
Like a lot of people taking chances with throwing these concerts during COVID because a lot of them are doing
You
them
do.
in these event halls.
Well, the
know
ones
what
I've
I'm
been to
saying?
mostly been outside. Like it's been
Right.
an outdoor atmosphere. Wear your mask, 6 feet, then we outside. So it's not too much of a crammed and congested situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like basically, what I would like to say about the New Orleans market, like we definitely have a lot of talent down here.
Right.
I see it, I applaud it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to know you. I salute you. I know what it takes. I've been doing this for a long time by myself. You know what I'm saying? So, now I finally have some investors. Shout out to Country Cuz Productions. You know what I'm saying? And entertainment. Definitely believe in me, believe in my vision. Ever since I met you, you've definitely been a supporter. You saw something in me. You like, man, look, I want to work with you, promote,
positive vibes. You heard me? I just love your energy. You heard me?
Right, but when it comes to like discovery, I wish we had more unity.
Right.
I wish we had more guidance. It's like a dangerous place. Like New Orleans is definitely a place where you gotta watch your step. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if you ain't dealing with the right people.
Right. So I could say that about the industry as far as like my experience. They don't really have good quality managers down here. Mm-hmm. And I think that holds a lot of people back. Because a lot of artists don't have the knowledge. They don't know what's going on.
Right.
They looking at what they see on TV and thinking, all right, let me shoot a couple videos, throw a couple girls in there.
And people gonna flock to me.
It
don't work like that.
You gotta really get out.
It's so many people.
You gotta bust moves, like
yes.
And I really see that from doing shows in New Orleans to going out of town is way different. You heard me?
Right.
The feedback as far as being an artist.
Absolutely. Like there's so many talented people in the world. Like what sets you apart from that? Like and then on top of that, it's like. To say that is always this culture vulture thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I recently saw some things about, Meg Thee Stallion and, I don't think it's like, I think it's more of an embrace. I think we know what's up. Everything don't need to be said, but when it's said, it's said, and when it's felt, it's felt.
Right.
But like you said, give credit where it's due.
Right.
But New Orleans seems to... not have that guidance to have that machine behind us to where everybody else can tap into what we doing and make it pop but us.
Right.
And I think that's where the discouragement and that's where the anger and that's where, it feeling like being snubbed comes in at because we don't have people to really help us put us on the map.
Right, because majority of the artists, is poverty. You know what I'm saying? So, they might be able to do their thing locally. But to really like expand a brand to different states and cities, that costs money, thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? I know I spent a good $7,000-8,000 in a couple months. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Traveling back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Hotels, food, clothes, everything. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a lot.
It takes a lot for independent artists.
It does.
To push themselves.
It does. Trust me, I've worked 4 jobs, 2 careers.
Right. Real
like I've been through it. Like for real. Like I went to school. I got a film degree. You know what I'm saying? Communications major. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like. Everybody say you plan for things and at different points of your life. I'm just into entertainment. Like, I entertain. Like, I am a rap artist. I can host. I can joke. I can, I'm a people's person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a people pleaser all the time, but I'm a people's person. Like, I turn up and I like to enjoy life.
That's what's down. So let me ask you this. How has COVID really affected your music career?
Well, I will say it has positively impacted me. You know what I'm saying? Like I shot a video for my single Bad, which is on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio.
Where they can find a video?
YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Channel? YouTube is Cristyles Da Dame.
Man, y'all go tap in. Y'all go subscribe. You heard me?
Yes.
That's the real support. You heard me?
Absolutely.
Get them subscribers up. You heard
right.
Me?
Absolutely.
The likes and the comments, they cool. But the subscribers, that's where we get monetized. Right. That's where we can start bringing in money.
That's what the support.
And,
the real
we
love.
We could do what we love to do. You know what I'm saying? We
could
please y'all with entertainment. Yeah.
Yes.
Real talk.
Yes. And that's how artists could support other artists. Like, check me out. We could just follow each other YouTubes and get to success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Take step by step.
And I actually did it like on YouTube when I dropped my Birthday of a Legend. I was doing stuff for subs on Facebook and Instagram and it really worked. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might only get 25, 30, 50 at the most.
But over time,
you do that 50 every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Slow progress is progress.
It builds fast.
It does.
So let me ask you, what's the advantages of being a female in the industry?
Well, to be honest, the industry is a boys' club.
You think
And
so?
I knew that getting into it. Like, I knew that. And I'm cool with that.
Right.
Like, I always been, like, the tomboy. The
You
girly
don't think
girl,
females are starting to take over? I see a lot of females dropping right now.
Right. And I love it. Trust
Real.
me. Like, I love the female movement.
Real.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out all the female
Shout out
rappers
to
out
all the female artists out there.
Real
You know, because
talk.
we doing our thing, too. You heard me. But it's like, to recognize hip-hop, you know, like you say, the men held it down.
Right.
Women came in and they had a voice and they was felt. You know what I'm saying? But it was always expression from what I saw. It was a male dominated
Right.
field.
Real.
And I knew that. It's in like film too.
Right.
But if you make the right connections, if you talented, if you work hard, you can earn respect in this industry.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm about. It's like, you know.
So what's the disadvantages of being a female?
So, like, they say we difficult, we hard to work with, we need bigger budgets, you know, the hair, the makeup, the nails, blah, blah, blah. You know,
Which
all
is
of the
true.
things.
I mean, it's not lying.
Yeah,
you know, your
I'm-
accessories
right,
do
but like
cost,
I'm
you
more
know
of
what
a I'm more of a natural kind of girl. Like, I'm not gonna hide from
Right.
who I am. Like, you know, like this is me. Like, we could talk about the you know, the butt bodies, the makeup, and all of that is beautiful. But like inside of you will radiate on the outside. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, you don't always have to be picture perfect at every drop. Like me, you know, like we use filters, we use fun stuff, but at the same time,
Right.
when you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Can't nobody
Real
take
talk.
that away.
Can't take that natural.
You know what I'm
beauty
saying?
away.
Right. You
I ain't
know what I'm
gonna
saying?
lie,
Shout out to
that's
Doja Cat, because I
Real
love that
talk.
juicy, that natural beauty.
Real
Yeah,
talk.
you know what I'm saying?
So as an artist, you rather be known for your sex appeal or your lyrics?
now that's the fight that I've had for most of my independent career. Because
Right.
I always, like, like, my grind began in Memphis. Like, I recorded in New Orleans.
Well, shout out Memphis.
Shout out
my dude Rico.
Yeah,
You heard
okay.
me?
Shout out Rico. I know Rico. We was
Yeah,
just talking
real
about that
talk.
small world, 6 degrees.
Real talk.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like, my grind started in Memphis, and I would be out there in like t-shirts and snapbacks, like fitteds, and you know,
Right.
just thugging it, like lyrics. And that's what I love about Memphis so much, because it was never about my sex appeal. It was
Right.
all about what I brought to that microphone.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? And that's my second home. Like, they embraced me. I ain't had to shake ass, bounce it. Like, when I got off that stage, I had people shaking my hand.
Well,
I had people
that comes to
giving
my
me their
next question.
Yeah,
Let me
like,
ask you this:
what?
Do you think males actually listen to females' lyrics, or do they just go by the physical appearance? Because I see people, you know, they see somebody like Cardi B or, you know what I'm saying, Nicki Minaj, and they go kind of go off their sex appeal
And
more
both
than
of-
they do their lyrics.
But both are lyrically punchy. Like, I
Right.
don't care if, like, Cardi got a writer. I don't care if, you know, she delivers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this industry, like, I'm a writer. Like, I write my
She
own
entertains.
music.
I feel like she
She's
does
an
her
entertainer.
Exactly. She do
And
her
I
job. You hear
respect
me?
that, and
Real
I
talk.
love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she might put input, she might write something, but it's not even about that when it comes to Cardi, because it's like, she's such a dope entertainer
Right.
that we could give her anything and she gonna kill it.
Real
You know what
talk.
I'm saying? So it's just like, for me, as a female in this industry, I definitely see that you got to be on your A game. Like,
Right.
dudes could get a pass if they got money, they got jewels, they got this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So women kind of use their assets. You know, like
Right.
men, they use the cars, the girls, or this and that, you know,
Right.
what appeals to the opposite sex.
Okay.
And so women, it seems like, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter how much money you have. A man will deal with a woman if she broke or not.
Real.
You see what I'm saying? But is she beautiful? She got a good heart.
Right.
You know, she could cook. Like, what's the reasons that he really dealing with her?
Right.
You know, so when it comes to a female, you know, in the game, it's like we got to go extra hard to prove ourselves.
Right.
You know, with the image, the sex appeal, the rawness.
Right.
It's like, you know, a man could get up there and look like whatever. But if you ain't
Real.
got yourself together on a certain level, and like, yeah, girl, I hear you. You know, but when you
Right.
bring out that sex appeal, it's like, wait a minute, now she talking.
Right.
You know, I hear, but now she talking.
Right.
So I think, like, dudes really look at your physical first, and then they like, well, what else she bring to the table? Because it's all
Right.
about appeal for them.
Right.
You know?
Real talk.
Yeah, so
I could feel that. You hear me? So how you feel about OnlyFans? Because they got a lot of artists starting OnlyFans.
and I started an OnlyFans, but
Oh,
I
you
ain't do
did?
nothing with it. I told my sister, I said, I'm gonna be frying catfish in that motherfucker freestyle. They gonna think, nah.
Right.
But no, I did start one at first, you know what I'm saying? Because I saw the stories of how people was making this easy money.
Right.
I'm like, I'm talented. They could pay me for this shit.
Real
You know what I'm
talk.
saying? But at the same time, like, I'm not against it. It's just be careful.
Real.
Like, to the extent that you put yourself out there, because
Right.
once it's out there, it's out there.
Real
And,
talk.
you know, like you said, you don't be afraid to live in your truth. As long as you true to yourself,
You
I
think
think that's what matters.
you think it's a profitable platform for
Yeah.
artists?
I saw Suki made some Suki on there. I'm like, wait a minute, I missed out on it. The girl is off Section 8. She ain't got no more EBT. She is
Real
good.
talk.
She used her platform, but like you say, it's all about what you're comfortable with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not saying go out there and sell yourself short or low.
So
or
I'm
this
saying
or
as
that.
being an artist instead of like, some people are selling, they news and things like that on there.
Right.
But as an artist, do you think that's a platform where people are really start tapping in, you know what I'm saying, and subscribing and, trying to see people that's maybe behind the scenes doing virtual concerts, behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying, different things, you know what I'm saying, as an artist that you could promote, you know what I'm saying, that could be exclusive to your fans.
Well, I think once you win over your fans, like, they'll follow you to anywhere. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you real, like you say,
Right.
Cardi ain't got to necessarily write her music like they always screaming that she don't. I don't know if she do or she don't. I give props.
Right.
She dope. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, whatever she touches, she's going to be successful because she has a following.
Right.
She have people that identify with her.
And she's marketable.
And she's marketable because of that.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't be afraid to be who you are just because you think people may think this or that of you.
Right.
I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, back to your question, I was one of those artists that was like, man, I'm going to give them something. I'm going to come in my T-shirt and my jeans, and I'm going to be, militant. I'm going to just show them me.
Right.
And for the past 10 years, it's been overlooked.
Right.
But when I come with a little sex appeal, when I
Right.
come with
Now
a
they
little
tapping
cleavage, when I come with a little
Right.
it's like, oh, we sleep on her. What's
Right.
she doing?
Real
So I
talk.
get it. It's about stimulation.
Right.
It's about entertaining people. If it's the same old, who really cares about that?
Real. That's real, you hear me? 'Cause that's all the industry really wants is you to be marketable.
Yes.
That's why they looking at your followings. You know what I'm saying? They looking at how you dress. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
What type of sponsorships they could get for you and things like that. So a lot of artists, they overlook that part. Like, if you're not marketable, you're not playing that role as an artist,
Yes.
and you wearing that image, buying your clothes and your Jordans and your jewelry or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I buy whatever I like.
I
Like,
mean, you
I'm
gotta
not-
play your
yeah,
part. You can
like-
stay in your budget.
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
buy
But
what
you
I
gotta
like.
play your part. If you're not playing your
Right.
part, you're not marketable.
You're not
You're not really
marketable.
gonna be successful in this industry. To be more of a hobby. You know what I'm saying? But what inspires you to be an artist?
Well, like, everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's just something that it was born in me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Rapping ain't nothing but poetry. I'm a poet at the end of the day. Like,
Right.
I look at things, I make sense of things, I give my love, my joy, my pain. Everything comes through a poetic stream.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, if people can identify with that,
Right.
and that's the most important part for me. Like,
Yeah.
giving the people something real.
That's funny you said that, because the Forever song that we're gonna listen to, we're gonna tap into later. I felt like it was more like a poem that you put on a track. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, very poetic.
Yeah, so it's funny that you you mentioned
Yeah,
that.
at the end of the
Because I was
day.
thinking that myself, and I
Yeah.
actually was gonna ask you that when we tapped into the song. You hear me?
Okay,
about that. You hear me?
absolutely,
Was
like-
that a poem that you turned into?
Well, when I
a
rap,
song?
when I rap, tracks speak to me, and that's
Right.
why I like to deal. I would love to work with everybody in the world who's talented,
Right.
but I have to deal with those producers who tap into my energy. And when I hear certain tracks, they speak to me, and it's
Right.
like the track is telling me what it want to say.
All right.
Like, I'm not necessarily making a song that say, "Ooh, they gonna feel this. Ooh, this gonna be so hard."
Right.
No, it be like, what song I need to make here? What we
Right,
talking
so-
about today? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's basically where I get my inspiration. I look to the greats. I look to the male and the female
Right.
artists that came before me. And I pay homage to that, respect to that.
Right.
But when you truly doing what you're doing, it's not about props. It's not about people praising you.
Right.
It's about people understanding your point of view and where you're coming from when you're dealing with certain aspects of things in your life.
I
To
feel that.
me.
That's what's on. You know what I mean? So, who would you want to collaborate with on a feature, past or present?
Man, we gonna always say, I wish I could do a song with Pac. You know what I'm saying?
Real
Like,
shout
I'm
out
always
Pac,
say,
yeah,
I'm always say, you know.
Look, I was just watching the unsolved mysteries on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
I'm tapping into the little season here.
Yeah, I watched that. Look, Georgia, binge watched it.
Real
It was
talk.
done in a day. I'm done. I'm done. We got time on our hands. It's quarantine season, but before the quarantine, I definitely tapped in. And like you say, it's many dope. I look at it as energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see so many dope people. You know what I'm saying? But the energy gotta be right. So I'm ready to deal with and work with anybody who has that dope energy. That is all about the music.
You more focused on working with producers, or you more focused on getting features in?
Well, right now, I can say at this part of my career, I'm focusing on building my brand and my sound and finding myself, 10 years after where I started.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They say you must grow in the game. You got to learn in the game. You shouldn't sound like you sound 10 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be growing at some level. So I'm just trying to grow and work with whoever is into the music.
Right. I feel
it's
that.
life.
So
music
how you feel
life.
about your penmanship? You feel like it's grown since the 10 years?
I mean, I definitely do. I definitely see myself. Sometimes I'll be just,
it's
compelled
easier
by.
To write now.
Yeah, like sometimes, like I find myself, I don't sleep much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, creatives, we don't tend to, especially if you're not comfortable in your, like, I got so much more to do, so much more to build.
Right.
And I'm proud of what I have gotten done.
Right.
But I still have so much more to do. So it's like, I'm always up and I'm always trying to work and see where I can improve and make things better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As a person, I should be growing. I should be feeding, people who looking at me for some support or whatever, encouragement, whatever my music can provide.
Right.
I feel like I should be giving that, a little more as I grow.
Right.
So, yeah, definitely.
So who's currently on repeat on your playlist in your car?
I'm listening to a little bit of everybody. Like, I put on Apple and I just let it run. Like, I have so many throwback songs.
You listen to local artists?
I do.
What's a local artist that you listen to?
So, one of the local artists I'm tapped into is New Orleans. I've heard him.
Right.
We're gonna do some things together.
Shout that boy out.
YT. We got some stuff. I'm listening
YT
and I'm
Shout out YT.
Shout out to him. As far as females, I've looked at Bricky. I've looked at
Bricky be
3D.
Bricky
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
shout out
like
3D Nati. She doing her thing.
She
independent
is.
level.
I love it. I love it.
I love her hustle. You hear me? I think she a little behind the scenes, but her career has grown.
Like, I've seen people, like, I've seen her in the top stories. I've seen, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I support that. I don't have to be your friend. I don't have to know you. If I see you following your dreams and doing things genuinely out here, I'm rooting for you.
She'll really
you know what I'm
collab
saying?
with you,
Absolutely.
show love.
I believe that. I do.
Real talk,
I believe that.
Oh.
So it's like, outside of that, I see Tiffany Shantae. I see so many different artists. I see some bounce artists, Hot Kizzle. It's just so many different people.
Shout out High Sizzle.
High Sizzle. Yeah, look, you know I'm on my level. So, but like I see so many different people out there. Frida, most definitely. I'm so proud of Frida. Like, I used to be dancing in Caesars with Frida on FEMA Fridays. So to see where Frida at now is, it's a blessing.
TV shows. She's
like
overseas. She be putting New Orleans on the map.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And bounce music, as a whole. Man, she really holding that side of the industry down for New Orleans.
I just listened to Diesel the Beast.
Shout out Diesel.
And
shout out
Fat
Nut,
Boy Juice. Like, dude is really cool. Like, they got some talented artists here. My little nephew, Rocky. Like, they got some talent. They got so much dope talent. But one thing I will say, I don't oversaturate myself with too many other artists.
Right.
If I hear the song, if the music is undeniable, we in clubs, we here, we there. I listen to the radio. Of course, I have my playlists and stuff like that. But I try not to tap in too much of people's music because I don't want to end up sounding like other people.
Right, I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? So I have
a lot
to
of
keep
artists
my
do that. They try
originality.
To listen to themselves.
Right, but when I hear somebody and I see somebody, I'm always giving props. If we could connect, if we could collab, that's cool. If not,
tell everybody where they can find you at, man. How they could book you for a feature or book you for a show, man.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Cristyles Da Dame ep2@gmail.com is my email. Hit me up. I'm working. Right now I'm working on my own project. So I kind of like put the features and stuff to the side for a minute just to focus on that.
Real talk.
Develop me, show the world what I can do, show, my city what I could do most importantly, and put it out there so people who might not know of me will know of me and want to work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, y'all
it's
tap
all about
into
longevity.
it.
You know
Y'all
what I'm
hit
saying?
up on the
Longevity in
Gmail.
this
Yeah,
thing.
man.
Absolutely. And I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, like you say, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, iHeartRadio.
All streaming sites.
Yeah,
They
all
can
that.
Google
You can Shazam me, all that. I'm
Real.
out there.
Y'all tap in, you hear me?
Tap in, for
Let me
real.
ask you this. How do you balance being a mother, being an entrepreneur, and being an artist?
Well, being a mother comes first. And like you say, my responsibilities, I could be one of those artists that, slept on their mama couch and borrowed this from that one, but responsibilities come first.
Exactly.
And my dreams, kind of take the back seat when it comes to being responsible.
Real.
So I have to make sure, even if I don't become that successful rapper that I'm aiming for, I have to make sure my son had a great life while I was here.
Right.
We ain't about to eat no noodles every day. We ain't about to be storming talking, oh, it's all for the music. Like, I still got to provide him with a decent life.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of this music. Music is a bonus. If I'm able to live my dreams and do what I want to do, man, that's such a blessing. I could bless others and open the doors and do what I can do. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how awesome that feels to turn nothing into something. With a gift God gave you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when it comes to that, I have to be that responsible parent first. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever else I got, I could pull together and say, look, savings, a little bit here, dreams, we over here. You know what I'm saying? So especially in, like a pandemic when things are so uncertain, it's just been a blessing to have this help that I'm receiving from a team finally.
That's what's
up.
up.
And like I said, don't give up.
Like,
you definitely need a team.
You can't do it by yourself.
For so long. But it's good to do it by yourself. First, to understand the dynamics of what it takes to be successful. What you're gonna be hiring people.
But you gotta understand how to build a team too. A lot of people, when they come into the game, they collaborate with a lot of different artists. They don't focus on, all right, let me get me a cameraman. Let me get a producer. Let me get somebody who engineers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to build a team. And everybody got to play a part.
PR,
you know what I mean?
Everything.
Real talk. Social media, you know what I'm saying?
Everyone
From the
has
street
to be
team,
on the same page to build the empire.
Real talk. Everybody need a job, man.
Yeah,
I seen that
and those jobs don't necessarily pay when you just getting it off the ground. So it takes dedication and somebody believing in you and trusting in you when you don't have the means to take care of everything.
That's what the team is. But I see that down here, a lot of artists, they collaborate with other artists, and I always tell them, man, like, it's cool to have a lot of artists around you, but you really need to focus on other areas, you know what I'm saying, of building your team, you know what I'm saying, because you are the rapper. You know what I'm saying? You need a cameraman. You don't need another artist. You the rapper.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So just build
Once you get your ducks in a row, you can definitely help
start
somebody
collabing.
else.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can build off that.
Exactly. Absolutely, I agree.
Do you let your child listen to your music?
Yeah, absolutely. My son listens to my music with the cussing in it and everything.
He a fan.
He a fan.
Real
talk.
He
told me, he said, Mama, Extension, that's my number one. But right after that, that's you, Mama. Like, and I can't do nothing but respect that because what he like is what he's like, and what he identify with is what he identify with.
It excites you to see him
man, I was
say
out
your
with
lyrics.
My son. Man, yes, I was out with my son. My son said, we was waiting on some food. My son was like, Mama, does anybody in here know that you're a rapper and you really dope? Like, I was like, yeah, baby, but everybody don't know what I do. Like, it's marketing. I'm trying to talk to him real professionally. He like, you need me to tell him? I'm like, my baby will go to bat for me. Like, he means everything to me. And me growing him, like, I don't pressure him. Like, I let him develop into who he wants to be. Like, just because I'm musically inclined or his father is music, I'm not saying, oh, let me shove music down your throat. I'm trying to figure out what's working
So
for him.
do you see music in him, like him
He
being a
wants
rapper?
to do a song. He wanted to do a song. He said,
You got to get him in the studio.
I told him, I said, but look, that it's not that pressure. Because, you see so many kids,
Right.
and you see them strung out, and they say the horrors of Hollywood children. And,
Right.
you're just like, I don't ever want to be that parent.
I agree with that, because that's how I am with my son. Like, I played sports my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Basketball, football, all around athlete.
Okay.
So,
me too. I played about.
real tough. Shout out, you hear me? But that's how I was with my son. I ain't want to force him to be an athlete. Like, a lot of parents out here right now, that's what they doing.
And I'm not mad at that, because they see themselves. They see themselves, and they see that opportunity that they may have missed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that vicarious living.
But you gotta
But you gotta let these kids
be
do
themselves,
what
be individuals. You know what I'm saying? And I seen that with my son. Like, he
it may
into
not be what you
video
like.
games and creating games.
My son too, and that's what I told him. I said, I told my
for it.
son, I said, you like to play video games? I said, but think about those guys who have created those games.
Right.
I said, do you want to be the one that play them all day, or you want to be the one that generates the income from developing those games that people play all day? He said, I want to develop them. So I'm letting him do his own thinking and reasoning, because at the end of the day, when he becomes a man, he got to fill those shoes every day. Not me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely want something that you identify with versus what I want to push.
Correct.
But regardless of what it is, you're going to be successful.
Correct.
Like,
but I just see that in a lot of parents, like, especially like athletic parents, like, they really like try to shove their kid into sports, and I be feeling bad because a lot of kids don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. They don't
want to do it. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Sherman. Would you consider being an actor or a model over your music career?
For me, my music is my expression. Whether people paid me for it or not, I would still put it out there.
Right.
It's just whatever opportunity allows me to feed my family and bring up other people and provide jobs and another generation of keeping this legacy moving and going. Man, I'm with that. Like, it's all about loving and living life. Like, you shouldn't be living in jobs and working jobs all your life that you never feel fulfilled in. And you haven't had the opportunity to love and do something that makes you feel so happy that even if you didn't get paid, you do it. But people don't have the time to do that when they have mouths to feed.
Real. So you think more artists should be open to acting and modeling and that type of to bring in different income?
Be open to whatever will help you pay the bills.
Real.
As long as you're not taking away from you and who you are and what you stand for. You know what I'm saying? As they say, selling your soul. That's what I think sells your soul. When you're doing things that really you wouldn't do normally in order to jump through those hoops.
If you're ashamed of doing something, you shouldn't be doing it. Yeah,
you know
like,
what I'm
why
saying?
is you doing it?
But if you're comfortable, if you don't mind, if you know this helped me feed my family, long as it's not putting people in a situation where you got to look over your shoulder and watch out and wonder if you're going to live past the next day. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not no fun. I don't care how much money you making. Nobody want to live like that.
Right. But I tell artists all the time, like, as entertainment is part of the, being an artist. So you should be open up to being an actor.
Oh yeah.
Whether you're an extra or not, some of them
I've been extra.
they good money.
Look, I'm in Girl Trip. We was just watching Girl Trip the other night. I said I should have been the 5th member of the Flossie Posse. I mean, Tiffany Haddish came into a rap show I was doing for Coast to Coast that night.
I was just about to ask you that. What type of acting roles have you done? Because I know you've done a little acting. And
I've been an extra in a lot of things. Like, my thing was, even though I went to school, I wanted to show that I'm not on a high horse.
Right.
Like, I don't think I'm better than nobody. I think I can learn and appreciate everything on that set. Right. So for me, it was more of coming in, learning the business from the ground up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Learning the respect of each role of everybody. Like, without the background actors, movies would be very eerie and weird. You need the background. Like, they are very vital. They're just as vital as having a celebrity star on the show.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me to play all the different positions, I've always been humbled by it. I love it. My brother, he passed away. Rest in peace to John Green.
Rest in peace.
Like, we was doing this when we were kids. Like, at Channel Public Access, I would go to school after doing something. And even my sister that's here to celebrate with me tonight, we did Public Access, and I go to school, and people be like, I saw you on TV. I wouldn't think that people even was watching Public Access. I'm just like, okay, I got opportunity. I'm going to do it, But, like, to come back, and it's like, oh, well, we saw you, and I'm like, oh, you did? Like, it's a good feeling.
So what you think stopping artists from tapping into that industry?
Well, like you said, the resources and a lot of people I think have been burned in the industry. Like they
Right.
didn't do the proper paperwork. They didn't have the proper contracts in
Right.
place with certain people. And of course, when an artist is doing, on their lowest level and somebody sees their talents and they're like, oh, well, today I was nobody and tomorrow Atlantic looking at me and all
Right.
the people that, they'll jump ship because they think, oh, my life is about to change. I'm going to be rich. It doesn't
Right.
matter. But those people who worked nights and didn't feed their families and was
Right.
out with you at shows and, trying to make sure you push it because they believe in you, you left those people behind and you let them down.
Right.
So when it comes to opening the doors for the next one, they like, man, she sound like but she remind me of the other one. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, I understand that side of the industry too.
Right.
So it's like you have to, if you want to make money, it take money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to give people something to work with, even if it ain't $1 million.
I always tell artists, to tap into it just for the simple fact you're not gonna make money straight off the bat.
You not.
Off your music.
You not.
So while you
No.
writing your songs, you recording, it's a good opportunity to bring income to your family. You know what I'm saying? And still being in the industry. And, you know what I'm saying, getting that promotion and networking and with all these different people. I think a lot of artists overlook it. Myself personally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely tap into everything
Real talk.
that you could possibly tap into. You never know, you might have wanted to do this and now you over here doing that, and this
Right.
is actually better for you, probably
Right.
making
That's
more
why I
money
asked
for you.
Would you
Like,
consider modeling or, you know what I'm saying,
I
acting over
yes,
your music
like,
career? You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to always do music.
You know
what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I think I'm going to be, like you said, you can't tell me when I'm going to stop doing music. Oh,
Right.
she too old. She do that. Woohoo.
So let me ask you this. Do you want to stay independent or do you want to sign to a major label?
Listen, I'm all about signing
Right.
as long as it benefits both parties.
Right.
Don't be on no, I'm trying to work you like a slave mentality and, I put all this into you so you get this little bit and be happy with that because
Right.
I've done this for you. I don't like that mentality. If
Right.
we in this, we going to make money together. We going to treat each other right.
Right.
It's going to be a turn up and a party. That's what life should be.
Right.
I should feel better that I did right by this person and made money with this person versus I schemed to connive and messed over this person.
Yeah, I see that
You
with
know?
with a lot of artists. They don't understand how to make money in the industry.
And I had to educate myself. And
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I'm
Real
still
talk.
learning how to. I don't have all the
Right.
answers. And that's why you need so many different people in your camp that have the answers and the knowledge for things. I
Real
can't
talk.
say I'm a know-it-all. Hell nah. I know how to be a
Right.
talented artist. I've been playing so many different roles in my own career, manager, publicist. I'm everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I thank God for that experience because when I am to the level where I can employ other people, I know what to expect from them. I know how
Right.
to respect them
Right.
because I know what it takes to do that job.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm open-minded. I'm open-hearted. I'm not no dummy. Don't play with me.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
you got to keep it business.
I come
man.
from a sweet place. I come from a loving place, and it's positive vibes with me.
Real talk.
Like it's no
So,
limit.
I know you're a part of the pop-up shop community here, man.
Yeah, I do
what's
that
your
too.
Experience, what's your experience with that? How do you like
Hustles, absolutely. I think I have an online boutique, but I love when I'm
What's your
able
online
to.
boutique?
It is Lux Royale. Let me put that out
Lux
there. Lux
Royale?
Royale boutique. Yes.
it? Where they go find it at?
They can find it on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, y'all tap into it.
Yes, I show things from each different page on. I cross
Cross promote.
promote.
Real talk.
As you say. So you will see me promote a little bit of my lines. I have a custom shade wear line called Slay Eyewear. You know what I'm
tap
saying?
in for the eyewear.
And
you
that
heard
was
me?
like my
That's
little
for
sister.
Just women or men?
No, it's for women right now. But
All
men,
right.
because the men are a little different. Like
Right.
I do blinged out accessories and things. I don't want the
Right,
men
right,
in New
right.
Orleans. Man, what you trying
y'all
to do
women
to
tap
me?
in,
You know what I'm
heard
saying? Wait a minute, look, what you trying to do to me? That's too much sparkle for me. Like, baby, look, I'm
Right.
simple. So I'm trying to figure out my male market. Like,
Real.
you know what I'm saying? So once I get that down, I definitely will have some things for men. But
Real
right now,
talk.
it's like anything that will generate income. You know what I'm saying? Do it.
Real.
If you're gonna make a profit, but I will say getting out in the streets is a more fulfilling. When I was able to come out and do the pop-ups, because like you said, we was in lockdown for months.
Right.
Understand the safety of the city, but I was doing some online sales, like when I got my first little, sandals and this and that popping, and then it was like it came to a halt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was people who wanted to support me. It was
Right.
people who was looking for me. It wasn't necessarily, and I run ads. I run different things on Facebook and stuff like that.
Right.
I invest in myself, but it was just, after a while it became stagnant. So I'm
Right.
like, man, I got to get out here. Like, people got to
Yeah, you
see
gotta
me.
get out here and grind.
So, it take money to make money. So
Real
you
talk.
invest in whatever fee it is to go into this pop-up. You don't know how it's going to end up. But if you believe in your product, if you provide people with a good product,
Right.
and people are still working and able to spend money at this time, man, that's a
I
blessing.
kind of look at the pop-up shops like how the artists are, when you're doing the showcases.
Yeah.
They think, oh, all right, I'm about to do this show here.
And
they
all
don't-
these people going to show up.
Everybody's going to show up. But I'm not going to promote. I'm not going to tell nobody.
No, that's
I'm
not
like,
the way to
man,
go.
look, you got to get out here and promote. You
gotta
got to hit the streets. You
promote.
got to let people know
You
where
gotta
you're going
let
to be
your
at.
people
You know what I'm
know.
saying?
You do.
Real talk.
It's just like the artists and the producers, like with me. You know what I'm saying? I love my producers. Everybody I've ever worked with, I
Right.
will never talk down on them.
Real.
But I'm like, if you see me promoting this song,
Right.
you need to be promoting this song just as hard as I. Like,
Exactly.
we need each other. The promoters, the DJs, the artists,
Right.
all of us are working for the same cause.
Real
So
talk.
why are we not on the same page? I see a lot of, people dissing the artists and this and that. It's like, the artist has the talent. A lot of beats can make it without an artist on it. That's why you got films and commercials.
Right.
You don't necessarily need a person to come on with some words.
Right,
But
you
when you
don't.
definitely shopping your music to somebody who can bring more life.
You know what took advantage of that? Swiss Beats.
Mm-hmm.
He did a lot of beats for the movies, and he was eating off that. Like, he made millions. That's where a lot of his millions came from.
It come from those lanes
Right.
versus working with artists, because artists, you gotta believe in them. You gotta make sure they on their game. They pushing.
Right.
It's so everybody
And that's
wants.
what he was saying,
Listen,
like, in his
everybody
interview.
wants money from the artist before the artists even have money.
Right.
But then they wanna, this is my thing. I see a lot of people, they trash talk. They talking about, they got more money in the trash. And I laughed at it because it is. It's like,
Right.
well, is you selling the money? You been on the block all day. You ain't got where you been.
Right.
What you doing? Selling the money? Like, I definitely laugh at stuff like that. But when I think about it, it's like, well, you know what? I have this talent. I have this dream and this vision. And you want everything from me.
Right.
But what are you willing to put on the line?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you I see a lot of promoters, oh, y'all ain't serious. I hear people hitting me up, oh, I'll share you on my story for $200 and this. All that's beautiful.
Right.
That don't guarantee that your audience is going to come over to me, first of all.
Not.
Second of all, that's for 24 hours. You're trying to pay your bills. You're trying to eat.
Right.
You don't give a damn about me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real about
Real
it.
tough.
But if you have a team of people who says, well, this girl got a hot song, I'm going to produce it right, the DJ going to spin it right. You got to have things in place.
Right. It's got to be structured.
It's got to be structured,
Shout
man.
out Lucky Johnson, because I sat down and had a meeting with him. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
That's one of the
I
things
know of Lucky.
That's what I learned from him, from the meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like, really having a structured plan. I'm talking about detail. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All the way down to the last
You gotta
detail.
have-
like,
you have to
gotta
plan
know
it
where
out.
you're going. You
gotta know, and your people gotta know.
Your people gotta know. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Everybody gotta be on one accord. You
One
hear me?
accord. It gotta
So-
be. What Nick Cannon said, one band, one sound.
Real talk, yeah.
That's what it gotta be.
So you think pop-up shop is gonna be the new trend in
I think
2021?
pop-up shops have been around for a long time.
Right.
Boutiques, all of this stuff. It's just when you come of age and you kind of learn and you excel your thinking,
Right.
you learn what people been doing way a long time ago. Ain't nothing new.
Right.
It's just revamped.
I think it's real major now because so many people are trying to be entrepreneurs.
And I love, and Corona
so everybody
did that.
trying to
and
get
I
everybody
love
trying
that.
to get their product
It's
out.
a blessing and a
you know.
curse.
Yeah, it is.
It's a blessing because a lot of people, when that economy shut down, it made us think. I already had multiple hustles going on,
Right.
and a lot of people did too. But
Right.
it wasn't nothing making me major money to where I could quit my job and,
Right.
live a certain lifestyle. I always had to get out the mud and grind
Right.
every day.
Well, I tell people all the time.
I done worked
just
4 jobs in one day.
On a financial, you working in the field compared to getting passive income where, you sleeping in your bed and you
And
still
making
collecting
money. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
You
a
have
lot
to
of
learn financial freedom.
Right. A lot of people
they don't teach you
overlook
that.
passive income. So it's like if you're not taught that, You know what I'm saying? You
Yes.
gonna be sleep on.
You're gonna be sleep. And I was sleep
Yeah.
for a lot of years, and it's about generational curses. It's
Yeah,
about,
correct.
looking at things deeper than black and white. It's
Right.
about looking at full purpose out here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All around the circle, what everybody brings to the table. It's not about snaking and what I could cut this one out and who I could do this to. It's not about that with
Right.
me. To me, it's like, it ain't about friendly bobbing, but it's about taking care of those who take care of you and always having the best
Real
intentions.
talk. Well, tell them where they go find your products at. What all products you got, you heard me? Just
Right.
let them inform them one more time, you heard me?
Definitely, I'm working on this new project. Let me say that I will be in the A this weekend, actually tomorrow.
Right.
I am doing this new mixtape project. It's gonna be dope. It's something different from what I'm used to doing,
Real.
and I'm proud of that. And so, with that being said, like, that is gonna be. I don't know exactly who I'm gonna release it under yet. It's in the works. I'm gonna plan it out carefully.
Real.
I'm gonna do a mixtape. I'm gonna invite y'all to come through.
Real talk. I'm about to say,
Mixtape
you gotta
release,
come
mass
back,
up,
you heard me,
Nola.
man.
Absolutely. Like, I got some new things in the works, so you can find that. It's gonna be online. But in the meantime, I do have things on SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, Facebook Music.
Y'all go tap in.
Yes, like Cristyles Da Dame, spelled like you see in the interview. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I definitely went live like a week ago and just was vibing with the people and freestyling.
Word.
I think I'm gonna give them a little bit more of that because
Word.
we tend to, as artists, like, talk to people a lot, but
Right.
we don't talk with them and let them get to know
You definitely got to
who
network
we are.
and build.
You
your
know what I'm saying? Who
relationships.
I am. So yeah, definitely been doing more of that. So if you follow me, you can tap into
Right.
whatever I'm doing. I'm not forcing you. I'm not pressuring you. I've never been that person to
Right.
tag 99 million people in my post.
You can't
I'm not
be
mad
too
at
arrogant. I see a lot of artists out here, they get big headed, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
They don't want.
that. I was born with a
They
big
don't-
head. This bitch can't get no bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
but you can't be arrogant. You gotta be, the more you engage with your followers, the more they're gonna engage back with you.
right. But
And-
I meant physically big head, but
Right,
nah.
right.
But I know what you're saying.
Real
I
talk.
know what you're saying. Like,
Yeah,
you do
man.
have to engage. Like, the people are who make you. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? They can make you and they can break you when
Exactly.
it comes to your career.
Right.
Not when it comes to your personal.
Mhm.
But when it comes to your career, people are very vital. And
Right,
it's not
so-
about kissing, because I don't kiss people's ass. I'm not the yes woman.
Right.
I'm going to give you controversy. I'm going to give you who I am. But I'm also going to love you in spite of our differences. Like, I'm
Right.
not that person to say, oh, he believes this, or I believe that.
Right.
I can't deal with him. It's more like, well, I don't see it how you see it, but we're going to agree to disagree, and I'm still love you anyway. Just respect me,
Right.
and I respect you. We're going to do us. You know
Real
what I'm
talk.
saying?
Keep it business and keep it moving. That's my motto.
Absolutely.
You heard me?
Absolutely.
Lord.
But definitely, like you said, look for big things to come from me. I'm doing more. You are the key holder to your success, and I
Right.
believe in that. Like, people see you working hard. I don't care how long it takes me to get to where I want to be.
I made a post on Facebook that a couple of days ago. And like I said, like, if you're not promoting yourself, your
I
business,
saw that.
or whatever, like, you really are the problem. Like,
Yes,
you
can't blame nobody
yeah,
else.
you can't expect nobody to know
But
you.
the people,
can't,
like,
you
the
know,
people that like kind of upset my spirit when it comes to that is people that kind of watch you. They never support nothing you're doing,
Right.
but they always want to look at you. They always want to see what's going on. They run
they
to
want to see if
see.
you're gonna be successful.
But
That's
my
what
thing
it
is
is.
this: just be a real person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you was doing something when you want support, who posts pictures online that don't want no likes? Like, come on, let's be
Real
real. Like,
talk.
we not out here to say we need justification for who we are or somebody to prove to us who we are.
Right.
But it's just like, nobody would do these things if they didn't want some kind of love. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Some kind of support. So you could miss me with that, oh, I don't need nobody mentality. Yeah, we all need somebody. And Corona
Right.
showed us that.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
need
You
your
ain't had
haters
people
and
at
you
the
need people to
yeah.
love
You
you
need
hear me?
people to
You
hate
feed
you
off
and
all
love
the
you.
energy,
You do. You
Real
really
talk.
do. And
People
I
to
had to
criticize
embrace
that's
that.
gonna help you grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you could handle criticism, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and you know what I'm saying? Like, in everybody's opinion, just because they said what that mean.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people may like my music, they may not like my
Right.
music. But guess what? At the end of the day, what they can say, she doing her thing.
Real talk.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
let me ask you a couple of fun questions, you heard me?
Okay.
Just quick fun questions, you
Okay.
heard me? Little simple answers, right quick.
Okay.
So, how do you feel about dating someone in the music industry? Is that something you do or something you stay away from?
With my past, I've definitely kept that separate a lot.
All right.
Just because I feel like sometimes it gets in the way of the
Right.
mission and the goal and people's feelings and, it takes a strong person to understand, yeah, I love that person and I'm sleeping with that person, but I got to let that person be free and make moves how they need to make moves, even if that means other people and other men or other women are going to watch and want a part of that. I got to know that I could trust who that person is. And even if that person outgrows me, you know what I'm saying? I can't hate on that. Because at the end of the day, whatever our connection is, it is. And it ain't going to be no more, no less than that just because of who they become today or tomorrow. And once people understand that, they could kind of accept you and your growth. And
you think people struggle with, like, insecurities as far as, like, you being so popular and, you know what I'm saying, you all flaunting your body.
Definitely.
They become insecure, like, man, why you gotta post that on
Definitely.
Facebook? Definitely. Why you gotta be in the club all the time,
Absolutely. But like you said, it goes back to that confidence. Like, if you gotta, nobody don't want nobody that nobody wants. Let's just be real. Like, if nobody wants your girl, ain't nobody checking for you, like, what I'm checking for, But as long as that person make you happy, it really don't matter. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a spouse that's out there in the music entertainment world, everybody not being music entertainment, but there's scandals that go on in hospitals. When I heard about the hospital game, I was like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah,
they be wilding too. Let's just keep it real. But it's not only in the music, it's just people. People are people, bro. And at the end of the day, you got to be secure in what you bring to the table. If you know who you are, and somebody won't mess around on you or cheat on you, then guess what? Let them do them. I try not to get out my character. It is what it is.
So what zodiac sign are you attracted to the most?
I'm attracted to energy. Like, signs don't really... Like, a sign will tell me...
You don't have a sign that you run across the most?
No.
Not really?
No. No. Like, energy tells me who a person is. Like, your sign gives me indications on your characteristics. How you were raised and how you think gonna definitely vary. But when it comes to certain things, you're gonna know the nature of a Scorpio or the nature of a Sagittarius or Gemini.
What zodiac sign broke your heart?
I won't say broke my heart, but the most difficult that I've ever had to deal with was either a Aries or a Pisces.
Man.
Like, those two for me were challenging.
I ain't gonna lie. The mother of my children is a Pisces.
Shout out to your baby mama.
You hear me? And we had a real good relationship, and we had a real bad relationship, so it's kind of hard to see, but I can see the same thing. Pisces probably, for me. It's a little emotional. I stay away from them now. You hear me? Like, I be like, you a Pisces. Let me keep it moving.
Let me back up like the crawfish I am. You hear me? I'm a spicy little crawfish. Let me back on up. But yeah, like, I just think, like, certain signs does matter, whether you an air sign, a fire, a water, an earth sign. That does matter.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? But
and that's the thing with I'm a Leo, so I'm a fire sign.
By
dating a Pisces, that's a water sign.
Yeah, that don't work well with you.
This how it goes.
She gonna put you out every time.
Now, if her energy too strong, she'll put me out. You know what I'm saying? If my flame too strong, it'll evaporate her water.
Yeah.
Nah, this the thing though. If you mix the water and the fire just right, the flame gonna grow bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I had a real good connection. But I also seen the downside of her, putting out my flame and me putting out her water. You know what I'm saying? But I know, it's definitely capable of being something. Yeah.
And I'm an air sign. Like, I'm neutral. Like, I could deal with anybody. Like, that's the dynamic of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you an air sign, you could deal with the water, the wind. You could deal with everything. And you could you give everything life. That's the difference.
So let me ask you this. What's your favorite drink to sip in the club?
They ain't giving me no sponsorship, but if I had to say, I'm gonna roll with Ciroc. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out
did it,
Ciroc.
you know what I'm saying? I've been listening
on
to
that
that
right now. The Ciroc berry.
We on that. We ain't got no sponsorship, but look, I drank so much Ciroc, I should buy stock. Yeah, that's where I was at with it. So I had to look into that, but yeah, like I sip on Ciroc, and I also love my Don Julio, my 1800. I'm a tequila kind of girl, no hangovers, agave, cause that Patron. Look, I was listening to the rappers with that Patron. Patron. I went to Mexico. They said, "Oh no, mami, you drinking the trash." So They
Real
put me on
talk.
some real upscale, like water tasting tequilas, and I've been in love with tequila ever since.
Real. So
So,
staying in New Orleans, you drinking. You
uh-huh.
gotta eat something, you heard me?
Okay.
What's your favorite dish and who cooking it?
Okay. Well, my favorite dish gonna come out my mama kitchen, cause
Shout
my
out
mama.
mom.
Yeah, shout out to my mama. I love my mama cooking. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
talk.
But I honestly I eat from like we hood here.
Real.
So it be the man at the club in the middle of the night with the little
Right,
barbecue
right,
trucks,
right,
kind of
right.
like I don't know their names, I don't know who they be, but
I
they
ain't gonna lie.
love me.
Look, I was in Alabama at the strip club, and dude, they out there with their barbecue grill. It's probably the best burger I ever had in my life.
Right, exactly. Like the street, the food
Right.
trucks. Like I do support the restaurants here, the businesses, different places, but the independent workers,
Right.
the people out there trying to feed their family on man, I love those. I love
Man,
right
shout
under
out
the
to everybody
Claiborne.
that's in
Shout
the
out
club
to under the
cooking.
Claiborne Bridge. You heard
Oh yeah,
me?
shout out under the Claiborne. You heard me? Look.
Social distance, man. Something no.
Real talk, you heard me? Well, let's get into some of your music. We got 2 tracks, you heard me?
Okay.
We got Bad and we got Forever, you heard me?
Yeah, Marcus Music and the Beat Execs.
Real talk.
They are the two, and I met them with NBA Ken. At the time, he was affiliated with the NBA Clique. I don't know too much about that, but he
Alright.
went by NBA Ken. And when I met him, he had a lot of dope production underneath his
Right.
umbrella. You know what I'm saying? So they some up and coming young dudes with a lot of flavor. And when I heard the music, I just fell in love with it. Like I said, I let the track speak to me. It's not all about what people gonna think, what they gonna like about it. It's more about what is this track saying that
Right.
needs to be said. And
Real
I
talk.
do that,
Well,
and I
let's hear
deliver
what you
that.
saying, you heard me?
Yeah,
Let's get into
let's
Bad,
Let's
you
tap
heard me?
into that. Let's tap into that. She bad, ayy. She bad, ayy. Cause shorty bad, baby. She bad, ayy. Yeah, She bad, ayy. Cause she bad, ayy. Shorty bad, baby. Shorty bad, bout her bad. Haters mad, what can they do about it? Shorty bad, bout her bad. Haters mad, what can they do about it? Shorty bad, bout her bad. Haters mad, what can they do about it? Shorty bad, bout her bad. Haters mad, what can they do about it? Shorty bad and they mad, yo, you know that. Rotten Jag, fuck up the bag, baby, throw that. Shorty fine, stay on your mind, she bout to blow that. One of a kind, dope rhyme, she known to flow that. I'm out here grinding, getting straight to the money. Yeah, they can laugh, but my money ain't funny. Try to test me, you gon' see I ain't no dummy. I'm out here flexing while your swag gon' bum me. I'm getting money, you ain't taking nothing from me. I get the money. Run up the bands, make a dance, no stunting, no fronting. I'm only here for one thing. That bad, cause shorty bad, baby. Shorty bad, bout her bad. Haters mad, what can they do about it? Shorty bad, bout her bad. Get to the money.
What made you drop that song?
Man, look, like you say, I done hustled in the trenches.
Real
My
talk.
big sis, shout out to Lady Ryder. You heard me?
Shout out.
We definitely worked in a realm before, the pandemic hit where we were making a lot of legal money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hustling and providing people with a dope time. Ain't had to do nothing too much underneath what we would love to be happy about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing embarrassing, nothing shameful, but getting that bread.
Real
You know what I'm
talk.
saying? So I met a lot of female hustlers in the trenches,
Real.
legally hustling.
Man, shout out
And
all
I'm
the
like,
females.
shout out to all my bad bitches. You
Real
know what I'm
talk.
saying? Like, we definitely got that bread together. And it was
Real.
respect. And some nights it was crazy. We was about to fight. It was like hustlers on the
Real.
block.
Real
What
talk.
you doing? What's going on? You stepping on my toes? That's my customer. And we
Right.
selling alcohol around this motherfucker. You
Right.
understand?
Real talk.
Legal hustles. I love it. I love all my bitches. You heard me?
Real talk.
And
Shout out all the
shout out
female
to
hustles, for
all
real,
my
though.
baddies. You heard me?
Y'all
Because it's
females
real.
holding it
It's
down,
real.
you heard me?
But yeah, like, definitely was the motivation. Mothers, everyday living women that go above and beyond to do what they got to do to take care of their responsibilities. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's not all about your body, your shape. Yeah, that's beautiful.
So
you
how
know
the
what
club
I'm
accepted it when you dropped it?
The club?
Yeah, how they took
Well, I'm gonna be real with you. The club that I work with, they was down to play my music, and they did play my music.
Real talk.
But in order to be in rotation, if you on bourbon, you have to be in the top 100 spots.
All right.
And that's just what it is. Like, that's law.
Well,
like
y'all
you
tap into you.
Yeah, like you gotta have that support. Like
up,
I love you too, baby. You gotta have that support. Like
real talk.
You know they'll play you, but as far as like spinning your shit and getting you known, they can't do that because all of that depends on your drive and your talent and your motivation to be successful. So they gonna support. They fuck with me, and I look. A lot of my coworkers are in my video. Bad. That's my baddies. That's my bitches. Yes.
Well, let's get into the second song. You heard me? Forever. You heard me?
Okay.
Forever I'm grinding. Forever I'm shining. Forever, no lying. Forever I'm dope. They don't want no smoke. Forever, it ain't no joke. Forever I'm grinding. Forever I'm shining. Forever, no lying. Forever I'm dope. They don't want no smoke. Forever, it ain't no joke. Yeah, I want this shit forever, and that ain't no lie. Blood, sweat, and years, been tried 1,000 times, still didn't commit no crimes. Grinded for it all, studied the game long enough, now I'm just trying to ball. Forever, and it ain't no joke. Cause they don't want no smoke, tell a bitch nigga choke. On some real shit I done spoke, 100% of it I done wrote. I'm just trying to fit like on Instagram and my feelings deep quotes. And I ain't ever on no lame shit. I want the money, fuck being broke and famous. If this the championships, I'm playing for the rings, bitch. I am the queen, but I still be on my king shit. I just talk it like I live it, imposters be living. Cause I make boss moves and the real gon' always feel it. Don't owe nobody out here shit and I be coming with it. I struggle my ass off, impossible for me to forget it. It took a while for me to call the shots. Trusted the process, felt every burn when hell was hot. Well, if you want that bread, that's how you rise to the top. Gotta put some shit on lock and know how to hold my own. I've been doing this here a long time, out here on my own, so don't call my phone. When my prices going up, when I was doing it for the culture, guess that wasn't big enough for you to think I really make it. Now you see me blowing up, cause forever I'm grinding, forever I'm shining, forever, no lying. Forever
Find
I'm
that on all
done.
digital platforms. I'm trying to get that to title. Like, I've been doing my research. Like I said, I learn something new every day. Everything is different. So, you know, when I went through my distribution company, Tidal is one of the highest paying platforms out there for artists. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happens to be run by a black man. I'm not that type of person. I'm gonna mess with everybody, but that makes me feel good because in our industry we always say, oh, black people trying to get over. Oh, they want that. So to have somebody really looking at the artist and trying to pay the artist what they're worth, I fuck with that. So I'm trying to learn how I can get on there. I'm doing my research. Well, everyday living, like my grind, my struggle, my pain, my losses, my wins, the people around me, their wins, their struggles, like all of that. Like people I see, people I don't even know. I could take that in and I say, you know what, damn, like everybody out here trying to grind and shine. That's what life is about. If you ain't doing that, you just in your own world.
And we trying to do it forever.
And we trying to do it forever. But if you ain't trying to grind and shine and break these generational curses and get to what life is about, I don't know what else you could be doing, but I'm not knocking it because I'm the type of person I don't judge.
So are these two songs on your up and coming project?
These two songs are actually singles I've been pushing. Like you said, I had did a lot of trap music. Like you said, my music is a lot of bread in Memphis, and I love the Memphis track, but the trap music scene. But when it came to these two songs, it was more of commercial, more of fun. One is more just like pouring my heart out on the track. You know what I'm saying? Like just letting people know that hard work does pay off, even if it does take a lot of time to get there. The sacrifice and what comes behind it is worth more than just that instant success that you may not even respect or value.
Real talk.
Yeah.
So tell everybody where they can find you, what you got coming up. You hear me? And
Right.
just, shout out the podcast.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
shout
saying?
out to the industry. We are the industry. Yes, it's much love. Like you said, I gotta shout out my girl Cristyles. You know what I'm saying? She been promoting in the city.
Shout
if y'all
out
not
Ray
connected with Cristyles, she be going so hard. A lot of the people that I've met in New Orleans, because my grind started in Memphis.
Real talk.
So a lot of people I met in New Orleans and just dealt with artist wise, people that's doing things and came through her platform.
Yeah,
and
she was in the video with us, you heard me?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. She said, yeah.
Shout out Big Wop, you heard me?
Big
Shout
Wop,
out,
I
everybody
fuck with
that was at the video shoot,
absolutely.
Young
Much love
Amazing,
to
everybody.
what it is. Bless the BBW. That's the chick
Bless
who
the
did.
BBW,
Yeah, I saw.
me?
Absolutely, like everybody in the city that's
turned.
doing something, dog. Like I don't see people as my competition. I see them as colleagues, as people that do the same thing that I do. They bringing something to the table. Whether one is strong or one is weak, that's not for me to judge. What I'm about is hard work, dedication, and dope music. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing that, that's all that matters to me. I salute you. I see you. Keep grinding. We gotta make a bigger platform for ourselves in this city. We gotta, because I've been to some events. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say this before I get out of here. I recently did Moss Fest 2 weeks ago in Atlanta with B Moss. You know what I'm saying? We came in on a fly, me and my people, Country Cuz. We heard about it. We was up there. It was no doubt about it. We going to see. And the thing that I loved about it was they support each other. They stay. They watch each other.
They got a big team too, because I actually was in Atlanta and ran into a promoter that was promoted for Moss. Went to Alabama and ran into a whole different lady that was promoting for Moss, and eventually, he was down here. The one down here, I think, had got canceled because of the COVID.
Oh, got you.
But that was the one in August, I think.
Yeah, it was organized.
Shout that boy out, because he really doing his thing. He
big
moving
things.
around.
Like I shout out everybody, no matter where you come from. It's not a competition for me. Even though we was out. Look, I was out there the day that the Saints played the Falcons. We in the build. Look, we in Madhouse. We got the tension going on. I'm like, look, man, it's love. You see all this excellence out here. Like, come on, man. Like, we could never, we don't want that ratchet in New Orleans. I'm like, man, why is it like that? Like, look, we all need to support each other. We have differences. It's football. But one thing about it,
you gotta have people that have common goals. If they
one
don't
thing
got
about
common
it, I
goals,
love the unity in the A. Like, I love how they support each other, and that's why a lot of people gravitate to the A, because it's a lot of real people trying to see real things happen and trying to really make a living for themselves while doing what they love. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily, a get over game. When I see things that was official, Hood Rich Films, I'm in the building. These are people I watched online at one point, and now I'm in their vicinity. You know what I'm saying? Now they feel me, I feel them, and it's love. Like, you ain't, I didn't place in the I had an 18 out of a 20. When they announced the winners, however that system went down, I'm not there to be against it or for it. My thing was, when I left there, I was felt. When I asked for my scores, it was 2 points off from perfection.
That's all that matters. If you networking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you building your brand, and you being noticed, and you in different cities and different
It's about
states,
love, and they embracing you. They ain't saying, get out my city, man, New Orleans. It was more like, it was love. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even though I went there, it was a rivalry weekend. It really was love at the end of the day. And that's what I appreciated over everything. It was like just so dope. And like you say, Cristyles Da Dame, Dame Music gonna be doing big things. Country Cuz Productions. Shout out to the We the Industry podcast. We got some promoting and some things to do. We way overdue. We gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
shout
coming
out everybody
together.
that's in the industry.
We ain't on no negative shit.
Definitely shout out our sponsors, New Orleans Talk Network. You heard me? The Live Line Radio. You heard me? Shout out the Cristyles Da Dame. You heard me? For coming through. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all for having me.
It's all love. You heard me?
You know
shout
what
out Smokers Club. You heard
Smokers Club. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out 3J, my boy Justin. You heard me? And we just appreciate y'all for
and I performed in 3Js. I did my thing. Much love. Definitely felt.
Every Thursday, 8 p.m., we are the Industry Podcast. I'm your host, Trillionaire Don, you heard me? And we out this bit.
And we out this thing.